Good morning. I fancied something light-hearted, so I thought, why not just a Q&A? So this is what we're doing. Um, Luke Condor asked what my favourite TV programme was. There's so many good ones, so many, but I'm going to have to go with The Shivering Truth. I've mentioned this before online. If you haven't seen The Shivering Truth, it's really mind-blowing. It's by the guy and the company who did stuff like Dreamcore LLC and some really dark stuff like Wonder Shows and things like that. But this is really like, the voiceover is kind of doing a Rod Serling voice, and it's kind of made to look like stop motion animation, although I don't think it actually is. And it's just mind-blowing, so I recommend that. And Eric Fennessy said, who would win in a straight fight out of a crab and a chicken? And I think we all know that it would be the crab because of the pincers. Mind you, the chicken has gossip on its side, so if it feels that someone is acting out of order, they could tell all of the other creatures and they would talk about them behind the crab's back, and eventually a stronger one will say, look mate, we're all worried about you, you've been acting out of order. And Lo-Fi Guy, who is actually my friend Weaven, aka Stephen Waring, says, seeing that you are a wordy sort, I was wondering if you could possibly explain to a non-wordy like me what constitutes a blinge. I have asked Mr. and Mrs. Google, but they pretend not to know nothing. Well, there's a double negative there for a start. In which I have to explain that my friend and I talk to each other in twin speak. The group that I belong to, the British bizarro community, are already aware of this, as we have sometimes slipped into it on the group chat. But me and my friend Steve make up our own kind of language. We've known each other for quite a while, and it's sort of nonsense words, noises, whatever, we know what they mean. And a blinge, I think, is just one of those exclamation, are you still there kind of words, like, you okay, or how you doing? Like, one of us will just go blinge and the other one will follow up with flinge or some rhyming thing. That is quite embarrassing to admit, but it's the truth. And the British bizarro community, which is everyone in my group, which is Duncan and Chris and everyone. Where are the tea bags today, and are they still possessed? I hid them in the haunted cupboard, so they may still be possessed, but if you get them out of there, you'll be able to use them, no problem. Jack CJ Stark says, thank you so much for this opportunity. I have some questions I've been wanting to ask you. Favourite TV chef? Embarrassingly enough, because I absolutely have an issue with bullying. It's a real issue of mine. And if I thought it was for real, then I wouldn't like it. But I kind of enjoy, what's his name? Kitchen Nightmares. Ramsay. What's his name? Gordon Ramsay. Partly because I do think a lot of it is fake, and second, I just really like trash TV, like really bad trash TV that you kind of know it's not real, but at the same time, it's just all over the place with arguing and people hate each other, and I don't know, I like it. Favourite shape and why? I will go with a sphere, because it's comforting. Third favourite ballet position. Please don't tell me why. Ain't no one got time for that. And that's Sweet Brown reference there. Favourite ballet position? Well, weirdly enough, Bill has got very shapely legs, and I'm often commenting on how he has ballerina legs. And then it makes me think of ballerinas, like two different ballerinas in a pirouette, and his top half motoring along atop them. So I guess that's my favourite, whatever you would call that. Luciana Williams. My question, would you let Shrek climb into your swamp? I probably would, but I may have to charge rent, depending on how long he's there. Bo Chapel. If you could write an episode of a show or issue of a comic, what would they be? Oh, that's a good question. I'd like to do my own. Actually, it's always been one of my ambitions to write one of my own. I'd like to make it as weird and strange and fun as possible. Sort of like a combination between Gem and Uzumaki. That would be really fun. If you could kill off a famous fictional character, who should it be and how would you do it? Famous fictional character. I think, just off the cuff, I'm gonna have to go with pretty much everyone who repeatedly doesn't believe the kids in what's it called? A series of unfortunate events, because as the books go on it just becomes increasingly frustrating, and Poe has a permanent cold and I find that really annoying as well, so Poe, the character in that. Liam Shardlow. Considering all is not, why is it when it should be how, and how it can be then when it's called now? Well, that's very thought-provoking, Liam. I shall be in touch with my solicitors and we will get something arranged. Okay, I think that's it. Although I believe... Oh no, hang on. No, Jack Stark has got like a ton more. I might not do every single one of them, but we'll see. Would you rather have an eidetic memory and have to see something awful each day, or hypomnesia and need to be reintroduced to your life each day like that movie 50 First Dates? Well, I kind of feel like we're all having to see something awful each day with the world and the internet, so I think we're already there. How many individual socks do you own? I have a few because I have like a real love for fluffy socks in the winter. So I've got a lot of very fluffy, comforting socks. What notes make up an EM7 chord? Haven't got a clue. Thoughts on the Passerina series? Is that series or crisis? If that's something I should know about and I don't, then I'm very sorry, but I do not. What served as inspiration for the first parcel in Fortune Box? Now that I can answer. I went on a lot of bad dates before I met Bill. I was single for 6 going on 7 years, and I had a number of like some of them it just, we didn't click. Others of them it was just very strange. Other times you think things have gone really well and then they did not, for whatever reason, it just didn't happen for the other person. I had a couple of what's the weirdest date I've ever been on? I think this isn't the weirdest date. I have had weirder experiences, but this is literally the first one I remembered. I went on a date with a guy and fine, something doesn't click for you. I get it. And it's good to be honest and upfront. But the whole time we were talking, he was just saying how, online dating doesn't work. You won't meet someone this way. And then we were still like chatting amiably, and then before he went off to the train station, he said, oh, well, I don't know about you, but I didn't feel anything. And by then I just thought, oh, okay, I'm just going to leave because you're a Debbie Downer and this is annoying, you know, whatever. If I thought we were getting on as friends or whatever, that's officially just annoying now. So yeah. Most you've ever won whilst playing hopscotch. £700. If you had to make a coat of arms for yourself, how many human arms do you think it would take, and in what style would it be? I do quite enjoy, is it Carly, the one with a lot of arms? If that's wrong, I'm so sorry. But I think it's Carly, you know, the blue lady with all the arms. Or is that Fish? No, Vishnu's the elephant. I think it's Carly. And I like a music video actually by Doja Cat. I'm quite a big fan of Doja Cat, and she does a song called So High, and she dresses up as her in that. So just maybe not a religious one, but just like loads of blue arms or rainbow arms, multicoloured arms. That'd be great. Just loads. Tell me your most interesting anecdote that involves a hedgehog. And I actually do have one of those. We seem to remember rightly, I think my dad helped a hedgehog when I was very little. Don't remember that well. But also when I was 12, I beat Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2 pretty much after only playing them a few times, because that's how obsessive and not wanting to go outside I was. Suvi parolas Esperanto. No, because Esperanto is a made-up language and it's silly, and no one likes Esperanto. And then I'll stop now, he says. Okay, that's it. Hopefully I haven't got some I've missed anywhere. If I have, I'm very sorry, but I will answer them in the future. Okay, farewell.